Those are not the droids you're looking for.
Yes, they are. We're gonna go
Right, I was
camp
gonna
out in the
rescue a corgi
snow.
today.
No.
Hey, that party people.
Theo is going to attempt to piss off Danika a little bit.
Hey, cousin, let's go bowling. Oh, wait.
No, it's
Bowling for friends?
randomly
Yes,
when
you-
she's not looking. There might be a snowball involved.
So that'd be fun. Anyways, hello there, and welcome to more Blackheart Paradox.
I would like to point out that we decided to go to the snow, and these two did not go shopping for warmer clothes.
Nope.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've dealt with worse.
This'll work fine.
War crime?
These two
No,
have it.
no war crimes.
Have
No
'em.
war crimes. We'll commit some of those later on to the campaign. Just not right now.
Okay.
But anyways, yes, hello. Welcome back to more Blackheart Paradox. Last time on Blackheart Paradox. No, last time the party dealt with the how to word. Dealt with the fallout of Viper killing Old Ryland.
I went
Coming to
for
find
an
out.
enthusiastic walk.
Yes. Turns out the guard really didn't care about him. They just wanted to know whether or not they're going to have to waste resources to try and look for him. Because apparently this man had wasted a lot of their resources beforehand. So they were not sorry to see him go. But party also did a lot of talking. A lot of talking. A lot of talking. Some alchemy was done.
Yay.
Some explosions did not happen. Even though you scared a poor old gnome. And then somebody else scared a poor old gnome with a crazy voice in the head.
Yeah.
Old gnome did not know what was going on. Old gnome ran. And, well, we ended last time with you all making you... Oh, right, you met a very interesting cleric.
Yes. We were
Can't
told
speak.
not to go up the mountain, and here we are going up the mountain.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Don't be stupid. Hey, guys, you want to be stupid? Sure.
Basically.
Oh,
Theo's
But no,
curious.
you guys, learned about these people up at the top of the mountain plateaus. Decided, hey, we're going to go see if anything happens if we go to where the furry cows are.
If we camp out there, we should be fine, right?
Totally, yep. Be a real shame if the small one got nabbed.
Yeah.
Listen, she's easy to grab.
Exactly.
What a terrible night for an abduction. I mean, a curse. I mean,
Well-
slap. I mean, fuck.
The party has left. Leo and Danika sharing the horse, having a conversation as they go. Furry cow is being ridden by Seraphina, with Caligar walking beside it, holding the lead.
They have
Make-
idle chit chat.
Sure.
Listen here. Don't act
But-
all butthurt about it after I was
Well-
apologizing for it.
Kelligar knows his intelligence is lackluster.
Listen, I apologize that I didn't poke you about it, but I didn't know what to ask him. I figured they were just talking about animals and different things that he liked.
Aminals. Fucking goats.
Yeah, fuck goats. Kelligar will punt a goat.
Could we not punt any goats? That'd be great. Thank you.
Allegedly.
Yourself, prepare goat for lunch. Almighty vengeance shall be swift. It shall be painful. It shall be delicious.
Anyway.
I'm assuming goat is a meat-bearing animal.
Oh yeah. People eat goat.
People eat goat.
High in
I have
muscle
recruited
content.
Danika to hunt for some food because he hasn't quite realized the consequence of he already has to feed Kel. He has not realized the consequence that he now has to feed the halfling's appetite too, and basically
We're gonna-
double his food production.
This is a player. We might starve.
He could go with minimal if he needs to.
We got to compete for second
Oh,
breakfast and
word.
11sies and pre-dinner.
At
No,
that
not all
point,
that.
at that point, he's gonna tell Seraphina, "You're foraging your own food. You
Him
both.
I'll feed.
I'll feed you guys your 3 meals a day. You have to forage for whatever else you want."
She is perfectly capable of handling the extra snackage that she wants to eat throughout the day. The meals is where you're gonna get stuck because if she didn't have snacks.
Also, for the sake of your sanity, do not eat the red mushroom with white spots. The white mushroom with red spots.
Yes.
If that's confusing, it's intentionally so.
Not
Fuck
eating.
you, teacher.
What if the blue mushrooms with purple dots?
Oh,
Oh,
those are
I'm
special
dying.
mushrooms.
Hey.
Well, you see.
Oh, Biospire.
Yeah, she is dying.
Oh, damn.
I can hear her typing and stuff.
Bye, have a beautiful
Oh,
time.
that was easy to get rid of to kill the halfling.
Find the halflings!
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Oh god.
Off to
Okay.
Isengard.
Am I back?
Yes.
No.
Hello there.
Hi, what's up? What
You died.
You're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Yeah. I can tell you, like, I full on died not just because Tabletop kicked me, but like the message I tried to send in Discord, it did not send.
We're gonna look back at you two, because they're probably like 10 feet ahead at this point. How you two doing back there?
I don't think Furry Cow notices she's here.
He is very comfortable.
Oh my god, that's fucking adorable. He's probably watching this scene.
Just the unbothered yak just walking.
Okay, yaks are happy as long as they have a piece of grass in their mouth and they keep moving. They're one of those weird.
Yes.
We are simple creatures. We eat and we move. That's all that's fucking necessary.
And occasionally poop.
Wait, we
And then
poop?
there's
That's
force.
mostly instinctive.
And then there's forces that just keep walking as they poop.
Most animals do
Yeah.
that, to be fair.
Flashes back to open season. Where do you use the toilet? Huh. I don't know. Animals. They're weird.
Oh. Well, I don't think he's getting much else out of Danika.
Well, she is done.
I think he realized that one shouldn't answer him. That last time he was like, well, That's all I'm getting out of her today.
Check, please.
Try again tomorrow. Or while we're out hunting.
Hunting becomes trying to get you to fall into a snare so she can just go away for about 5 minutes.
You know, actually, that would be really funny because I could see him not expecting there to be fucking traps out there.
Fuck. I spoke too soon. Shit. You heard nothing.
Not gonna change the fact that he's not gonna expect it.
That's fair. That's a case of extreme vengeance. Maybe.
Huh?
Or advanced vengeance. It's like the AP course of vengeance.
AP course of vengeance. Oh my gosh.
Vengeance.
That's when he'll just send Mimi up to chew on the rope. If he doesn't drop the fucking hat in the process and then has to wait for it to go up the tree first.
Oh jeez.
So you're making your way
Internet.
Yes.
Downtown, even.
Yeah,
until unless the
having
spire's
issues.
dying.
She is having a lot of issues right now.
I see this.
Everybody is robot. Please continue. I will be back in a moment when things calm down, but I'm still here, sort of.
Okay.
Let's see. Alright. In the very beginning,
Oh, Jesus.
there was a fuck ton of Furbies.
Shit ton. Shit ton.
I'm sorry, shit ton of Furbies. There was a fuck ton of something else. Mostly nothing.
Alright, so we're going up the mountain. Unless there's any other conversation, he's probably not gonna talk anymore to avoid getting hurt.
This is fair. No, that's completely understandable.
Gonna give it a little bit of a break and then try again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't do it.
Okay.
I was changing music because it didn't. It's fine. This is fine.
Oh, fuck, I forgot something.
Is your... Hold on, I'm gonna type this to her.
Oh no.
I can hear now.
Oh,
Everything's
okay.
working.
I was gonna say,
My Discord is working.
is your
No,
My
that's
Discord-
Steam downloading or anything like that in the background?
No, it can't download anything in the background while I've got a game open. So,
Well, I've had that too. I had that setting, but I've also had it try to do it once in a while, so always double check.
no, it doesn't. Yeah, I checked. There's nothing. So,
Okay.
Yeah, it's a super secret Windows update that's yet to actually tell you it's a thing.
I
That's what's
swear
happening.
to the gods, Drag.
To be fair, mine did restart like a few days ago. On its
I
It has
own.
already
been showing
did
one for a
the
couple
Windows-
days.
Mine's been
I
showing for
did the
weeks.
Windows-
Yeah.
I did the Windows updates on Tuesday. There should not be another one this week.
You say that. We've had
know,
it
I'm
where
going
there's
to
been
check.
multiple.
Oh, hey, Microsoft, my friend. How are you doing?
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, unless Seraphina or Kel ask him anything, he's probably not gonna be
Nope.
too chatty right now.
He's watching everything around and making sure Furry Cow doesn't try and run off.
Fair.
Run off.
Unless something
Mommy,
spooks
hold
it,
it back.
it should be fine.
It should
Him
be.
with the horse.
That is, yeah. Furry Cow. Furry Cow's God.
Does Seraphina have anything?
I don't. What the actual Drag? I'm going to murder you.
What?
What I do?
There is actually a Windows update.
Don't
Oh,
touch
shit.
it.
That explains why
Install.
mine was having a stroke earlier.
Yeah.
All I did was go to check, and it's installing. God.
That's why,
dang
yeah.
it. Okay, I'm mad. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyways, Seraphina doesn't really have anything as of right now. She's mostly just also looking around and keeping watch and like just taking it all in because traveling and things.
Fair.
You know what?
We're gonna... Whenever they do get there, he's going to try to post up not in the middle of the furry cows, which I think is what Kel wants. He's gonna find a spot that's nearby that they can watch him.
You don't want to post up in the furry cow community?
No. He doesn't want to get trampled if something scares the shit out of him.
But they have friends.
Yeah, no.
Okay, fine. Well, go ahead and make me perception checks, everyone.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Including furry cat. No, I'm just kidding.
Including horse and cow. And mimic.
Yes.
Technically, Mimi
Okay.
has eyes, so I will use that to my advantage.
Did they fix it? Nope. Fuck. Okay.
Perception.
Well,
I'm saying. I can't type shit.
I'll type it in the normal chat. Then over here.
No, you can't make me.
Is it a normal chat? Where?
Twitch.
Watch. Watch.
We'll use Twitch. That's how we'll do it.
there we go.
Twitchy,
Yes,
twitchy.
sure.
Seraphina's distracted by the nature.
She's
Nature,
not-
it's everywhere.
Snow, it's so
Why?
pretty!
Listen, to be fair, as a Florida girl, like, who's never seen snow.
Oh no. Well,
Yeah,
You
so
know
if it
something funny?
snows there, it's apocalypse now for you. Got it.
oh yeah.
These
Wanna know something
devil
funny?
flakes come from the sky. Sorry, continue.
Everyone else had a decent perception.
Excellent.
Calagar had a 19.
Mm.
We had a 20, 19, and an 18.
Yep.
So, you guys are moving along. You hear some rustling in the trees and stuff as you're passing by them. Then it stops. Then you hear it again across the trail on the other side of in the other trees. You hear rustling back and forth.
But it's not all of them, so it's not like a wind thing.
No. You hear it like on the left side, it would stop. You hear it on the right side, rustling, stop. Neither animal seems bothered by it.
Yeah, he's gonna go off of that, because animals tend to not like anything that seems like it's going to murder them.
That's a fair statement.
He's going to assume it's probably just another animal or a bird, to be honest.
That's a fair assessment.
I'm
Let's see.
sure that's fine.
Let me make a roll. Let's see. This will be funny. Oh, well, this could be interesting. Seraphina,
Uh-huh.
it's a 16 hit.
God, hold on. Yeah.
The only one
You hear-
distracted.
You feel something clunky on the back of the head.
Uh.
You take no damage.
Gonna touch the back of her head?
There's nothing.
Gonna look behind her? Just kind of like... What?
Nothing in the path, nothing like that. No. You hear a slight chattering sound like a little creature laughing.
Sits back down. Odd.
What? That's your assessment of that?
I'd like to remind everybody, the same child that was like, why would somebody try to kill me? That makes no sense.
Well, this makes it even funnier. Danika, that's a natural 20 to hit you.
Sure.
Something conks you in the side of the head. You take no damage. You still still no damage.
Yeah. Roughly how close would you say the rustling is from her?
It's up in the trees,
By about how many feet?
about 20 feet up.
I would glance back at her because he probably felt her like move because that was a hard hit. What's up?
Same thing. You hear a slight chattering, like small creature laughing sound.
And Leo's head, bring us closer to the trees.
Are you about to hurt something that's just having fun?
She says nothing.
He'll subtly kind of moves aside on the path so they're closer to the trees.
Would you say I'm within 15 feet?
I mean, the rustling is still like 20 feet up the tree.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, you
I'm
could
on a
stand
horse,
up
so
on the
technically
horse.
technically, I'm a number of feet off the ground already.
Technically, yes.
You could stand up on the horse, and then there you go.
Yeah,
He's
fuck
going
it.
slow at the moment.
Oh no.
Use him as
well, if there's any
support.
creatures in there, I need a dex save.
Just...
As I effectively Fusro Da.
The fuck are you doing?
Here's what I'll tell you. I don't think a 9 succeeds.
Nope.
I now have
They've
to
been
make.
warning me.
I have to make another tech check as they get launched from the tree.
Oh, they don't get launched. It's just force damage.
These things are small,
Okay, they get launched.
and they don't grab the tree, so you hear a bunch of. As a lot of little small
Oh.
bodies hit the ground.
And force damage too.
They're dead.
Oh. What are they?
Danika just killed about 4 squirrels.
Oh.
They threw something at me. They
They threw an acorn.
Well, now they learned their lesson.
He's gonna like stop the horse and look at the squirrels. Well, that took all the fun out of the hunting later, didn't it?
We'll just sit back on the horse. Whoops.
For stream's knowledge, what Danika and Seraphina got plunked with in their heads were acorns.
Lovely.
You gonna get those? Squirrel meat.
Yep, she will swing off the horse and collect her kill.
Yeah.
Hills.
He can make stew or something with that.
Ooh, baby, a quad.
Well, how many dead squirrels am I looting?
4.
Oh
Four
my god.
squirrel corpse. Okay.
Busro died 4 squirrels out of a tree 20 feet in the air,
Those poor
in which they took
squirrels.
10 force damage initially from the hit. And
They're
then I'm not
tiny
even rolling.
animals, because they only
Yeah.
have like 2 health.
Yeah, and then I'm not even rolling what they took when they hit the ground.
Okay, so a couple of them may or may not be a fine paste. Or a weird condensed meat sphere. I don't know. I think that's how force damage works.
They're just dead. There are probably some broken bones, but they're just dead.
Excellent.
But yes, the hunting has started early, it seems.
That'll be
Make sure
plenty.
we have
He'll-
soup.
yeah, he'll make it a stew or something. That's plenty of food right there. For breakfast.
Square. Okay, same. People said the same thing about cats. Yeah, we domesticated them.
Oh, God.
And now you climb back on the horse, and you all continue down the trail until the trees begin thinning, and the ground elevation to the left begins going upward. Which Leo and Caligar would recognize as, hey, this is the hill we came down after getting the horse and the furry cow.
Yeah. Imagine it wouldn't be hard for him to repath the general direction they originally found these
Yeah.
animals.
Yeah. Start curving off the path and start heading up the hill. Which in itself has a slight naturally made path to it. You guys continue on. Trees make way for large rocks and bushes, longer patches of grass. And from the distance, you see a couple more rocks up ahead. One of the rocks moves,
Hmm.
and then another rock moves, and then another one.
Tilts
Until you realize, for 50 feet away, the backside of a yak kind of looks like a rock
You know?
because it's big, and it was laying down,
Hmm.
and now it's not. So, yeah. See,
Right.
God,
If you yak.
press don't start together beefalo.
they're not beefalo.
Hey, cow, we're here.
Say Kel or cow.
Kel.
Okay, I'd make sure. I was like, please don't talk to furry cow with possible freedom.
He's not going to talk to the
Okay.
cow personally half the time.
That's Kelligar's job.
Yeah.
So, you guys make your way a little. You said you want to find a sorry, right, doing up.
Do like a
You know,
campsite near them so they're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
scaring the herd.
That's right. You see a couple big rocks off to the side that are kind of together. Easy enough place to kind of like set up like a lean-to situation.
Aren't you too cold?
There's a thin layer of snow.
I'm slightly huddled in the fur here, so I'm okay for the moment.
Of
Just
course.
stare back at you.
Yeah, just simple. Deal with worse.
Should have brought an extra jacket.
Toss the like shawl thing. What are they called when it's all the way around like that?
Poncho.
Poncho. Yeah, he's gonna toss that to her. He's got it because he and Kel have warm clothes that they probably put on before coming up here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably swallows her. She just slips it on.
To be fair, he got that when he was a kid, so it also did that.
the only thing you see is just her head poking out.
Should keep her pretty warm.
Yee.
See how funny this is.
Don't ruin that, please.
I won't.
So, as you're, oh, I might have broke something.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, please.
Fine. I've angered the guardian squirrel spirit, and that's our next boss.
I swear to the gods.
Gonna
Those
hop
fuckers
off
started
and
it.
Start getting a camp ready.
There we go. I fixed it. After you throw her your poncho, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
you see Kelligar kind of look around, and he starts digging in his bag. And he pulls out a familiar-looking blanket. And then another.
Mm.
And another. And another.
Did you?
They look like the blankets from the inn.
Cal, did you liberate the blankets?
They were comfy.
That's fair. That's fair. And he's just gonna go start gathering wood.
He just kind of drapes one over top of you, Seraphina.
Thank you, Cal.
Yeah.
You're now like under the middle of a blanket on the back of a yak.
She's under a poncho in the middle of a blanket. She's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tosses one to
Once
Danika.
we've discovered, alright, so this is where camp is gonna be.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to sneak off and start foraging.
that's fair. He's currently
Fair
building
enough.
camp up, set up. So he's getting like the fire, or wood and stuff.
He goes to toss one to Danika, tosses, and Danika's gone. No blanket. Okay.
Now she
Goes,
moves
picks it up.
quick.
He goes to pick the blanket back up.
She moves fucking quick. I'm sure we'll be fine up here, right?
He looks around. I think so. I'm
If
never going to get a constant voice for him, just saying.
the animals freak out, we know that it's probably not safe anymore.
Hold on.
Also, if we see Dragon in the kitchen, one, we must be on something because there's no kitchen.
She give him the squirrels before she left, at least.
She left them on the horse.
Oh
They're just hanging off the horse. There you go.
my god.
Elgar coaxes the yak to lay down. Yak is more level with the ground. Well, as level with the ground as a big animal can be.
As a big animal with tiny legs can be.
Yes. Hey, leave its tiny legs alone. It gets distance.
It's got like 25 feet of movement. It keeps up with Seraphina.
Yes.
I've been walking this entire time.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't judge him for wanting a free cow when the thing moves.
It was either that or a regular
Slower than
cow. Okay, like, that was his choices.
No.
They'll convince him to get something that's more wild than to go steal somebody's cow from a farm. It's
And look, we had a perfect opportunity to still steal someone's cow.
just gonna start making food, man. He's gonna make stew or something with the squirrels.
Okay. That is right. Does Seraphina get off of the yak? Or is she comfortable on top of the yak in a poncho under a blanket?
Mhm.
Did we lose him Aspire?
I'm here. Sorry, say that again.
Does Seraphina remove herself from the yak? Or is she comfortable on the yak in a poncho under a blanket?
She'll probably hop down to try and start helping from the poncho.
Fair.
Yeah,
Then
based
that
on
blanket
size,
remains on the cow.
yeah, based on size, it probably goes down to like ankles.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a small dress.
Yeah.
And the blanket will stay spread across the yak.
Yes.
The yak has a blanket. The yak is warm. Good yak.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where Angry Lady went, but yeah, we should probably make sure we're at least set up in case it snows as well. 'Cause we're like between rocks, you said, right?
Yeah, it kind of like the two larger rocks. You're on the interior of the two rocks that come together at almost a 90-degree angle, slightly smaller angle.
Alright,
So that way it kind of,
yeah, that's what he kind of wants to work on, is make it so that it's more of a semi-roofed shelter, enough to keep like snow off of them.
hmm
Just because it could suddenly storm. It's a mountain. It's one of those
Oh, yeah.
things.
No.
Oh yeah.
So, cold weather mountains could be nice and beautiful one day with like an inch of snow. The next day could have 10 feet of snow. Like, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's a really, really bad day. And then the trees will bleed green slime. Oh wait, they've always done that.
Yeah, that's probably what he's gonna spend a few hours doing, is making sure there's food, so if anybody's hungry, they can just grab some.
hmm
And then doing the shelter, but
Yeah.
because I get a feeling they're gonna be here for a couple days.
It might be.
Well,
Fine.
they did say the blood moon was gonna be done for, it wasn't gonna be done for like a week. It's,
Yeah, it's fine.
we have to survive for a week, it's fine.
Yeah. So you start setting that up. Danika,
Yes.
you have wandered away.
Yep.
You are
I'm
foraging.
Yes, I am out foraging / possibly finding a bunny colonies to abduct for nutrients. Assuming bunnies are on the mountain. I don't know what is actually on the mountain besides maybe some food.
Things.
Deer, rabbits, that's already normal. Wildlife. General forest wildlife.
So,
There's gonna be like snares and foraging, basically.
okay. Roll me a
Problem.
Huh?
Outlander background trait.
Okay. That's fine. Roll me investigation check.
Sweet. Don't make me regret choosing you, die. 9.
Yeah, you don't. You find where animals were. That's not the problem. The problem is you don't see anything else that could possibly be around.
That is indeed a problem.
Yeah, because you find animal tracks. You find animal tracks. A lot of
But the
animal
land
tracks.
does not currently provide enough to feed 5 people.
No, it provides. It can provide. This wasn't something related to your Outlander
Okay.
feature. This was something more DM wanting you to roll something.
Okay, fair.
DM can be kind, but DM can also be evil.
Mm.
But yeah, you're able to forage things and stuff. Catch a couple. I'll catch you bunnies.
Bunny.
Yeah. That's fine. You catch some things.
I'm assuming I'm out there for like a number of possible hour.
Well, it was kind of getting to late afternoon, early evening
Hmm.
when you guys arrived.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
So you'd probably be out there for another couple hours, so probably at 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you're saying is there's 2 whole hours of flavor that could be happening in the camp right now. Shouldn't.
Hmm?
God, what?
My brain doing memes.
What conversation
That's
is he
fine.
gonna have in that 2 hours with the little one now? He got to know the other one a little bit. Now he's got the little one.
The small bean.
Throw her in the
That
fire.
he's pretty sure he can trust without having to talk to her. Because
That's
she's
what you think.
almost too innocent.
What? Nah.
But you realize those are the most dangerous ones? Like, they have shit in the basement, probably.
It's not the other campaign.
They could have a kill count of beyond nuclear Gandhi.
So,
Alright.
what were you doing there in town anyways?
Jay, I don't think we ever discussed what she was doing there.
No.
Okay, let me rephrase it to make it a little easier on both of you. What brings you this direction, is what he'll say.
Okay. Mostly traveling. Been kind of looking for a date and a place
Hmm.
for a bit. My professor went missing some time ago, and it wouldn't be that odd if his research was all scattered, and he left me a letter that I cannot open.
Interesting.
So, found out why I couldn't open it. He sealed it with magic.
Hmm.
And so I have to go somewhere on some specific date to get it to open.
What was he, one, a professor of, and two, doing last before he vanished?
Mostly alchemical things. Kind of what I've been doing. He was teaching me a little bit more because, well, things were getting a little explosive in other classes. To be fair, it wasn't even just the alchemical things. He was helping rein in some other aspects of my magic that were not behaving.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I've never made anything explode, but I have accidentally made noxious gas that's made me pass out.
A story. But, everything seemed normal before he just vanished. Wasn't doing anything strange, at least not that I was aware of.
Yeah, maybe he found something. Got him in trouble.
That's what I'm wondering, and which is why I've been trying to get the letter to open, but every time I stop somewhere and check, it's still shut.
I'm unfortunately not skilled enough in magic to really look at that for you.
I know, it's alright. The only reason I was able to figure out what it does is because I went to a school full of people that knew what magic things are. The unfortunate part was nobody could tell me where or when. They could tell me what the spell was, could not tell me where or when. Guild practitioners of magic, my butt. Can't even figure out something as simple as that.
It depends on how strong the magic was.
Strong enough that I've tried to burn this thing, the seal off, with every known acid known to man, and it will not.
You do realize that even I know you can't burn anything that's enchanted.
Listen, I had to try.
And I know nothing about magic, and I still know that. Just... That seems like it'd be the basic knowledge of enchanting.
Look, I know that technically shouldn't have worked, but you know, I was getting a little desperate.
I gave it to you for a reason. Just gotta learn some patience.
Yes, apparently so.
Believe me, I know what it's like to be very impatient to get somewhere.
It's not necessarily impatient to get somewhere, it's worried to find out what is going on. Because none of his colleagues had any idea.
Well, I understand worrying about him then. And wanting
Maybe
to
it's-
find the answer.
Maybe it's not where he went.
Where he was gonna go?
Yeah. Keep saying you're looking for him and trying to figure out where he went. Maybe it's not where he went.
But I don't know where he's going.
Maybe he doesn't either.
Unfortunately, that would track.
Well, it makes sense if he's not sure where he was going. And the letter hasn't opened, he hasn't figured out where to send you yet. Or he's waiting until you master some more of your skills.
It would have been nice for him to leave a little bit more instruction.
Well, I'm no professor or anything, but like I said, I'll help you where I can.
Truly, I really appreciate that. I was getting close to understanding a little bit more about magic mixing chemicals and everything in between. It was just... I'm still just a hair shy.
I'll also help with my mastery of potions.
Well, thank you very much, Cal. That's very helpful.
Just this big old smirk as he kind of goes back to whatever he was doing.
Next big city, I do have to write home now. Let them know I'm at least okay.
Oh, where are you from?
I don't know a lot of
I
towns.
I don't know my
Oh,
village name either, so it's fine.
yeah. Just insert random village name here.
Yeah, until we figure
Do
it
that.
out. Yeah. You could also just describe it a little bit.
Yeah.
If you
It's
do.
not a very big place. It's basically one of those villages that's right outside the bigger city. Mostly made up of, like, people that can't afford to live in the city, you know?
Fair.
But it's a really lovely little place. I liked it.
just very small. And even though I'm very small, everything else about me apparently was too big.
Well, as long as you're at least 30 feet away when you make something explode, I really don't care what you do.
I will do my best.
You're gonna have to teach me how to properly use the gunpowder when you figure it out.
Oh, I will. I've been studying a lot of text on it and messing with its properties. I think I've almost got certain aspects of it figured out, but let's see. Because technically, because she's an artificer, she is proficient in firearms.
So
God.
you got... Don't touch his gun. So you got... you got, you got a
Me.
lot of family back in that village?
What do you consider a lot?
More than just mom and dad?
I have 6 siblings.
Stares at you.
I am the middle of 7.
I wouldn't know what that's like.
It's loud. Very
Oh.
loud.
I guess technically I would know what that's like, huh, Cal?
Oh? What about you?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, we're only we were both only children, but we did kind of grow up in the same place.
Where did you grow up then?
Granny took care of us.
Granny?
Yep. And we're probably... we're not necessarily the oldest, but all the little ones do like to latch on to us a lot. Because he did get along with the other oldest ones. We're not going to talk about that. I guess technically we're the middle children.
So
Well, it sounds lovely. What was your hometown like?
It's in the middle of a forest. Not a lot of travelers came through very often, usually traders when they did. Pretty small little place. Mismatch of communities, you can tell from us.
A little bit. But that makes it really cool.
Eh. I didn't start really staying in the town till I was a little bit older, but it was a nice place, peaceful.
Sounds really lovely.
Yeah, we were thinking about going back there here soon.
Oh, really?
Oh, if we don't stop in, Granny gets angrier the longer we're away.
That sounds like my mum.
Yeah. And I don't enjoy the lectures, so the more often we visit, the less the lecture is.
Well, then you definitely shouldn't keep her waiting.
Yeah, I was not, not the safest child growing up.
You got hurt a lot.
Shut up.
To be fair, I don't think children are supposed to necessarily be. They're supposed to be safe, but getting hurt isn't wrong.
Okay, I got hurt typically because I went out hunting or fell off a tree or got in fights with the other kids.
One of my brothers.
You say one of her brothers?
Yes.
Oh, good. Then I'll get along with them great.
It depends on the brother. And depends on if they're home.
Mm. He kind of looks at the horse and the yak. Oh god, we're gonna have to keep the kids off of them.
They're going to be very excited about them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind that they want to be around them, it's just they won't leave them alone once they see them.
Well, I'm sure they'll be curious, plus animals are very fluffy.
As long as none of the girls braid the horse's hair.
Oh,
Or
why
the yak's
not?
hair. Why?
Because it's pretty,
Oh.
and because they like it.
Seek help. Look at the yak. You don't want your fur braided, do you? You just hear snort of air. I don't think he does.
I get the feeling we're not gonna have much of a choice.
Probably not.
Brace yourself, furry cow.
No, those kids, the puppy dog eyes, it's really hard to say no to them sometimes.
Yeah. Younger they are, they tend to get things easier.
Yeah, it's quite a variety of ages that end up staying there.
Oh, really?
Yep.
She feels the, but this feels like a don't poke it too much.
If she hasn't gotten the hint.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder what the keynotes were, that they grew up together or that they have a lot of kids that they are not technically their siblings, but it's the closest thing they had.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kind of look up at the sky. Wonder where that one wandered off to.
Speaking of that one,
Danika.
So,
while you're out there, finishing up foraging around and stuff, you feel something cold touching into the back of your neck.
I am gonna instantly whip around.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
It's murder cold.
She's just gonna sigh. Right.
There I was, doing my hunting, and I come across someone hunting our lands. business do you have here, traveler?
Yeah, by the way, it's just gonna wander off to start looking for her, so I'll make
Okay.
a check. I'm assuming investigation.
Eventually.
Fuck, do I do this? Survive, and I might tell you. She's gonna rage.
Oh, God. Small bean
Okay.
will fall if you start wandering off, by the way.
Let me go ahead.
Did you just say Small Bean wandered off, or is she going with Leo to look for Danika?
She's going with Leo.
Okay.
Yep. And with her rage, she has that like crystalline tail.
Probably gonna have Kel
Okay.
make sure the animals are okay while I go look for her. If he's okay with that.
That's fine.
Like, you're probably gonna want initiative for that.
Yeah, because he may be ready to strike with a knife.
I am okay with this. I mean, I guess that
So-
technically counts as a surprise.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be an 18 initiative for her.
Hey, look! A thing equal to a number.
Hey.
That's not high enough.
Oh, that's unfortunate. For someone that I'm unaware of.
It's fine. I'm not doing that as far as over there. So, yeah, your 18 is higher than his 12.
Cool.
Yeah. As you went to whip around, he's gonna go ahead and, well, as you rage, he do a slash.
That's fair.
Oh dear.
This is fine.
Fine. Does an 18 hit?
That just meets. However, as a reaction, the tail's gonna swipe away, and I'm gonna add a D8 to my AC as part of that.
Hmm.
That's cool.
And if it just hits, I don't even have to roll the D8 because a minimum 1 is gonna make my AC 19. Which I
True,
roll.
but you don't know if he has. Yeah, I was gonna say you don't know if they have multi attack.
Hmm.
Depending on if it lasts
Well,
or if it's only
it's
for the one hit.
It's only for the one hit.
Ah.
It's basically a tail deflect thing with the tail.
Ah.
Funny you mention multi-attack, by the way.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
He'll make a second slash.
That's fair.
If things don't cooperate. Cool. That it's only a 17. It will miss, but you feel this very cold blade just go across your neck.
With the slashing, or is it like there is a blade at my neck currently?
Oh, there was. That was slashing.
Okay. Alright.
Because that was what was pressed against your neck.
Okay. I'm about to make some noise.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, right now they're just looking for her tracks, so I'm sure they'll get a direction here soon.
Oh, yeah. Soon. So what are you doing
Yeah.
there, Danika?
Well, she's just gonna whip around and fuck it, this is a good time as any. I need a deck save.
Okay. Here comes fun.
Sorry.
That is a 19 total.
That saves. Looking at this real quick to see if it's just a no damage or it's a half. Okay, on a successful it takes half, so it's going to take half of 7.
Oh, so to take 3.
Yes, it takes 3 full damage.
Okay. Oh, you're a feisty one.
There is Death Claire, and she is sparkly. Well, technically, weird light filament
Oh,
scale bullshit.
Oh, the others will be overjoyed.
Did
We haven't had one that fought back in a while.
did we hear that noise?
You do. It's about 100 feet off from where you are.
Oh,
Good.
fuck.
It's gonna be a bit before we get there.
He's gonna look at Seraphina. Oh, sorry. He's gonna just scoop her up and run.
Okay.
The others will be overjoyed.
I mean, he can make it there in two rounds because
But-
60 feet of sprinting.
Also, don't feel as bad about doing this now. You see him slide, just runs the blade across his chest. I need a con save.
Aight. Cool. That's gonna be 23.
A 3. Cool. You'll take half of this.
Cool. I love how I placed my token very close to my hit point tracker.
So it would have been 20, so it is to 10 necrotic damage.
Sweet.
As he uses his, what is 3 times usage of... Don't worry, I totally didn't make a new subclass just for this cult.
I see. Blood
Blood
God.
Yeah. Blood curse of the boiling blood.
Ooh.
As you fear the interior of you sort of boil away, and your max health is decreased by 10 until you take a long rest.
Woo!
Ouchies. Alright, I dig it.
Now, well, where are we? That was a bonus action.
Oh shit.
Now he's going to smack at you again.
Aight.
That is a 20 total to hit.
This is our new round.
New round.
Reaction, she's gonna do the tail swipe.
Okay.
Deflect. Which is this D8 over here. What was that hit?
20.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Yeah, you're
24
fine.
is the AC for that attack.
All right, then we'll use second slash. Is a no. I will say
Unless I
with
built a barbarian that's based on damage mitigation.
fair. I will say also with that blood thing, you did feel like the burning within you as far as like, yeah. Even though you're raging,
It didn't ouchie hurt.
it did.
Alright.
All right, and you move 60 feet.
Yeah. Got at least one more round before we actually get there.
Yep. Go ahead, Danika.
Alright, she is just gonna take out her sword and do a swingy swing.
Swing to hit.
Okay, the important thing is I attempted to attack.
Not one.
No, that was an 8.
Yeah, no, that don't hit.
Cool. Is my one action.
Fair. Oh. Okay. Just want to slash again.
Alright.
That's a no. So second
Yeah.
attack.
Mm-mm.
It was already a no. It was, yeah. That one is better. As that one, oh, this might end well. There's another 20 to hit.
If I have a reaction, I'm using it.
You do, because it's another turn.
Alright. Oh. That was only a 1, so no, that still hits.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. So first, that is going to be 7 points of slashing damage from the dagger,
Aye.
and 7 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, jeez. Aye.
Also, your resistance is bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks, right?
I think it's just bludgeon, pierce, and slash in general.
Right.
I believe it's non-magical.
Oh, is this non-magical? Barbarian. Rage.
Your resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Yeah.
It does not specify, huh?
Ooh.
Alrighty then. So that 7 slashing is actually 3. But you still take
So-
7 necrotic.
Yeah, so I add 4 back from the slash.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm alive.
Alive is good.
Mm. How close do we get? Because 40 feet will be that 100. And
40
another 20
feet?
feet, he could technically.
40 feet you get within the area. The other 20 you get within 10 feet of them.
Should we roll initiative now that we've joined?
Nah, you should. Yeah.
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 Right, so I'm going to take a wild guess 5, 10, because now he's like, well, does Seraphina want to be dropped off nearby, or does she want to be dropped off a little further back?
Probably a little further back so she's not, like, directly in fray.
Yeah,
Enough that she can still get some things off.
fair. So I'll let you put kind of like a guesstimate of where you are then. You got 20 feet of play area.
So, like, probably right about...
I'm gonna roll initiative so I know when he can actually react, because that was his movement for that round. So 19? I don't know what their initiatives are, so.
Danika was 18. His was something below 18.
Yeah.
19.
What is- What's your Seraphina?
I got 16.
Okay. Oh, this is where fun things happen.
Mm.
Hey Danika, why the hell did you not invite us to the damn party?
I'm sorry, the call you're trying to make cannot be dialed.
I have to roll something else
As
here.
the
real quick.
recipient is Angie.
Oh, that's fine. I have to move Seraphina's initiative now.
Oh, why?
He might have had friends.
Good.
Now the curious thing is, while they heard it 100 feet off, they were already away from the camp. Kel, I don't think
Yeah.
is going to miss the gunshot sound. Because normally
Probably
when Leo
not.
goes hunting, he doesn't shoot his gun very often.
I will be right back.
Fair. Some very calm
like, no,
music,
these
unless it
barbarian is
changed
fun.
on me and I didn't know.
Oh, this has been the music has been playing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Alright. Where are we at turn-wise then?
Well, it would be Seraphina's turn if it wasn't for somebody seeing 2 more show up.
Mm.
Oh, he had friends in matching bathrobes.
Leave their bathrobes alone. It is the uniform of work.
Oh, of course, my mistake.
Or
Do
is
they
it?
expect you to pay for your own, or do they provide?
Fine.
Said there was 2 more that showed up.
No, there's only 1. Yeah, you 2 showed up.
Oh. Oh man, you guys fucked up.
He would have been like off to the edge here, so haha. I have to wait for her regardless.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and just
Oh, he goes before her?
yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I got my turn still. That's why I was asking, because I know they
You
ran
would be
there.
going as far as at the beginning of next initiative because you got 1 higher than Danika.
Mm. Yes.
Just gonna pre-roll here. It's fine. Everything will be fine. Oh. Oh.
Don't piss off Leo. He likes that one.
Tell that to the dice spot on D&D Beyond.
Indeed.
Someone's gonna get shot in the face
I'm sure it's fine.
with a blast of magic.
I'm just not gonna like that natural 20.
Ooh, yeah, that's bad.
Well, you might as well roll the damage unless she's got a way to avoid nat 20.
Yeah, it's fair. Well, here's the good thing.
She
The
might have
dagger doesn't-
halfling bullshit. Wait, no, that only works on her.
That's
no,
on her.
that's
Okay.
also adamantine. I think it's the only thing that counters it.
Using the luck, one of the luck feat points from the luck
True.
feat, can force you to reroll.
And there's
They could save you
things
from
to
nat
do
20.
with wild magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fine though because
Oh.
technically, in order for the dagger to do the other part of the damage, it has to activate a blood curse, which the other one did. This one did not. That's a plus. Oh.
I'm just waiting for her then at this point, because, like,
Yeah.
there's nothing we can do until she gets
No.
back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find a quick snacky.
Mm-hmm.
You do that.
We have crunchies out there. Nice. Ah, shit. I'm okay. What I call it? Snacky. Hold on.
You see, their one mistake, though, Jay,
Hmm.
is they did not run up to the ranged person at all.
They don't know about you guys yet. They may adjust when the time comes.
He's got daggers. He's got that one dagger his dad gave him, but we never did. I think we just didn't establish that it was just like an ornate dagger, right?
Yeah.
He does have one physical thing he could do that's an ouchie.
Yeah. Let's not yet. Maybe I don't know.
No,
I'm scared.
no. If they get close enough and
He
piss him
gonna do
off,
it.
yeah.
He gonna nibble.
Especially if they
Nibble,
use
nibble.
that blood curse on him, if you're like, I can make your insides burn too, dude. Nom.
Yeah, by the way, that is a 6d6 on that. It also
Yeah,
took...
his venom bite right now is 3d6
Whoa.
plus a little bit of piercing. It goes up to like 5 or 6 or something
Mm.
eventually as it levels. Which makes sense because he's still young and so venom's not that strong yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Hi, we're waiting for you.
Hey,
We can't do
fire.
anything.
I'm sorry. Oh God,
Nice.
what happened?
Another one
Hey,
showed up
Spire.
and went up to you.
Oh gods.
I have a question.
Yeah, huh?
How do you feel about taking 16 damage?
I would rather not.
Well, about that.
You can avoid the nat 20 if you want with your luck.
No.
No, I cannot.
Oh.
That halfling luck doesn't work that way. It's only the actual luck feat.
Oh. That's what Drag was saying. You didn't correct it.
No. I don't think that's what he said.
He was saying that she could use her luck bullshit.
No, so I
And
just
then the, like,
we were talking
comment.
between the different. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, it's
You didn't
16
specify
points of
feat.
slashing. No necrotic.
Or
Yet.
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 Yeah, that's 16 already hurts.
Yeah. It would have been worse had he activated the necrotic part of the dagger.
That's not the freaking. Ah!
Fire, stop breaking things.
I'm just trying to type in numbers.
Oh. After that one. Oh wait, he has another attack.
This will be fun.
This does not hit. Don't worry.
Are
I
you
know
sure?
your AC is higher than 10.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So 10 does not hit. Up next is Seraphina.
Oh, hi.
Do something.
What-
You just
what
got
did-
slashed.
Yeah, I sure did. You know what? He's right next to me. So. His mistake. She's going to reach out and grab him to do a shocking grasp.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Just hits.
Okay.
Just fun.
Full damage. That is 8 lightning damage.
8 lightning.
I am still level 3.
Ooh, that tickled.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun.
He said, Sarkis told you guys they were insane.
Yeah.
So is Leo a little bit. So this works.
Fair. It is
Not
the
helping her.
first one's turn again.
I was gonna double check if I had any bonus actions, but go for
Oh,
it.
do you have any bonus actions? Do you want to touch him again?
I also was considering moving because
I don't
I
think
have
you want to move.
I have 12 hit points, dude.
Okay.
You really want to move?
I don't think I do. I'm
Don't want to move, but also don't want to stay here. I am conflicted.
it's
Isn't
yeah,
that
that's
worse
basically
confliction?
it.
It's like, wait a minute.
I mean, if you want to move behind Leo, you're more than welcome.
problem is if I move even like the slightest bit, I'm gonna get smackaroonied. Alright,
You're
I'm
also gonna
staying
get
put.
smacked staying there. That's the problem.
Yeah, welcome to
Do it now before
What-
he
what you
activates the
see-
thing.
Oh, you're right though. Okay, yeah, okay. She's gonna just try and go bye and run away.
It's fair.
Oh.
I'm afraid.
Don't tell me you rolled another nat 20.
No, opposite.
You rolled a natural one?
Yeah, the
Beautiful.
dagger just swings over your head, and he kind of stumbles forward. Oh, we have a runner.
I don't like this game. We should stop playing it.
I find it quite fun.
And back to number one, who's still focused on his initial target. That's only a 14 to hit. That doesn't hit.
Oh yeah, that's fine. This bitch is dodgy.
That's a 17 to hit. That still don't hit. Fuck. Hey, Leo.
Yeah.
It's your turn, friend.
Oh god, what has he got on him here? I gotta Google the thing that he is holding on because I don't know what it actually does. No, type it right. Thank you. That doesn't help.
Oh, my knee. That's better. You're about to see something funny, by the way.
What was the... Oh, that does not help me at all. I actually have to go to the poisons page, don't I? Fuck. Don't mind me while I freaking try to figure this out.
Take it up.
Because I didn't write it down on my sheet like a smart person.
Whatever it is, just make sure you inject it into the halfling.
That's kind of part of the idea. Okay.
Leo's working with the blood cult.
No. He's going to move in between her and that one, and bonus action hand her one of the healing herbs that he has. Which is 2d4 plus 4 whenever you use it.
Okay, 2d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One of the little vials. Yeah.
Alright.
And then, his action is he is going to blast that one in the face with the magic.
Which, the one in front?
Yeah, the one that he's staring at the
Alright.
moment.
Roll a hit.
What is your... Oh god, I don't think I ever wrote down what his spell... We never did establish what his spell attack was for that.
Oh, fuck, we didn't. It's going to be, charisma base.
His charisma based? Okay, I was just double
Yep.
checking because I think I rolled
Yep.
it with Dex last time because I wasn't sure what it was.
Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, we should have specified that, but yeah, it's going to be charisma based.
So that's plus that, then don't mind me doing math. I just needed to know what the attack bonus is.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just your proficiency plus your charisma,
Proficiency, yes.
right? Okay, just double checking.
It doesn't get funky with the additional things until
But,
you go into other subclasses and crap.
So that's 21.
21, that hit real good.
Yeah. Okay, so that's... Don't worry about what the other roll was. Where's my D8? That's not a D8, that's D10. That's D8. No, I do need a D10, right?
Yep.
D10 damage, that's right. It was the same number anyways. Well, 8.
8, okay. They're chipping away at their health.
Yeah, Axe Surge is gonna shoot the other one.
Okay. Roll a hit.
So that was 19?
That hits.
That's the... Hey, Kel, come here. 12.
12 damage, okay.
Although the downside is that also makes noise for other things to hear.
Yeah. Would you like to know the funny now or later?
We'll see. Depends on what you're defining as funny.
Well, the funny is the rope that Kel's been using as a lead for Furry Cow has been his entire 50-foot thing of rope.
Mm.
He tied the entire rope around the big rock
Mm.
and then tied the horse to Furry Cow.
I don't think he has any other bonus actions, unfortunately, other than handing stuff off right now, so...
Fair enough. Okay. Well, we'll see how long this lasts. See if
Well, he has some, but nobody's close enough for him to use them.
fair. So that leads us to Danika.
Sweet. I'm gonna get swingy.
Yeah, swingy with it. Alright. Swing.
Getting
Swing,
swingy.
batter.
I don't want to talk about it.
Is that a natural one?
Yep.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. This
Wait, I have
one's.
reckless attack. Fuck. Never mind.
Do you want to make it reckless since you just noticed it?
Yes, I would very much like to be reckless.
Roll that hit to hit with us for a second time.
Oh, that's much better. That's a nat 20.
Son of a bitch. What happens when I be a merciful DM?
Aha! Be punished for your kindness.
Okay.
It's fine. Let's see. That's gonna be because I'll give you this. I didn't say two-handed, so it's one-handed. So that's gonna be. Let's see. That's gonna be 8 minus plus. And so that's 10 automatic and 7 total or 17 total slashing.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Well, they're bloodied.
Okay. I am okay with this.
All I'm gonna say is there's totally not a reason Leo would have moved there to get hit, because if Kel sees him getting hit, it's not gonna end well for that man.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I just said something that Leo would notice as this one approaches.
Mm.
They're bloodied.
Oh.
This may or may not be a blood echo. It can't do the other thing. Because it was created by this one.
That's neat.
So yeah, it's still going to slash at you, though.
Yeah.
They
When he
share health.
notices that, he's
Yeah.
gonna mention to focus on the other one to Seraphina.
That first one is not going to hit. That is only 12.
No.
Fairly certain Leo's AC is higher than 12.
Let me check, because his AC actually isn't that
Oh,
high.
God.
It's high. It is higher than that, though.
Okay.
You have to remember, he's only wearing, like, leather or something.
True. 14 to hit.
14, that just misses him.
Oh. Hell.
The high dex helps.
That's not fun. Seraphina, it's your turn.
Oh boy. Okay.
Just smirking confidently at this one.
You know, she is just gonna.
Does she nom her herbs?
Yeah,
Well, drink her herbs that he dilutes so it's not as bitter.
Yeah, is that an action?
Same rule as potions and stuff. Bonus actions.
Yeah, they're basically
Bonus
potions
action
of
for you to
poisons and
ingest.
stuff.
Bonus action to hand to somebody else and to drink them yourself. action to force feed it to someone else.
Yeah, she will do that. Oh. That's
Does she want hit points back?
Okay. Got some back.
I mean, they're not much, but they're something.
No, yeah. I just rolled like crap because if I had rolled full on that, I would have gotten all of my almost all of my hit points.
Nice thing is the minimum you can get is like 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, with that out of the way, she is then going to. Yeah, probably that. Just gonna peek around and go. Pew firebolt.
Which one?
The
You
this
told her
one.
to focus the other one, but sure.
Oh, that
Roll
one?
it.
Sorry.
Because he realized it was a fake one in front of him.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Then that one.
it still took damage.
I mean, it still took damage, but if I
Fair.
remember right, if you take out the original, the blood echoes don't exactly stay going.
We'll see.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna read something. Okay. So I should have called this before, and I did not, and so I won't do it. That's only an 8. I should have used Tides of Chaos and did not.
No.
No, not while you're standing 5 feet from me.
Please no.
To be fair, Firebolt's only a cantrip, and it's a sorcerer spell. Well, it's a sorcerer spell, so that would have. Yeah, okay. In any case,
Yeah, I
it's.
think it has to be at
level
least
one.
first level to trigger.
Yeah, it's level 1 or higher when things like that happen, but yeah, no, she shoots off a firebolt and it goes.
Ooh, fire. More fire.
Oh, that could have gone better. I'm just gonna back up a little bit.
Careful, that's how you start forest fires, young one.
Listen, I don't want to talk about how many of those I may have started.
That's not good.
Don't touch the small one.
So is that it for Seraphina?
That's all I got.
Cool. And Blood Cultist 1's turn again. It's getting swingy with it.
Wingy. Wait, is that the one that's stabbing me?
Yes.
That would be the one stabbing
It
you.
has advantage.
That's right, it does. Oh. Highest was a 20. Naturally. So
And that adds 5 to the AC.
I don't think a natural 20.
Yeah, it doesn't matter with an nat 20.
Oh, total 20.
Yeah, it's a
Alright,
20
alright.
naturally.
You said 20. Oh, okay. I didn't hear the naturally part. Okay,
Oh,
never mind.
good. Oh,
Stab me.
so
Stab me good.
Oh, it's going to. Because here's the problem.
Mhm.
8 on the initial dagger, 8 on the necrotic damage. So that's 16.
Well, half because she's raging.
Right, so
4 + 8.
4 on the slashing plus 8, so 12 plus another 3 because it was 7 total for that, so 15 plus
Get in there,
What?
Danika.
that's 21.
I'm alive.
Second attack.
Cool.
Uh 16 does not hit.
Yeah, 16 definitely does not hit.
And that was with advantage. So damn. But yeah.
See?
Um
You were rewarded for being a benevolent DM. It balanced out. It's fine.
Roll me a D100, Aspire. Actually, no, not you. Not you. Leo, roll me a D100.
No, why? Okay, hold on. D10, D10.
Why do I feel like that thing's about to Aloha snack bar?
98.
Oh, jeez. So, here's where I said you're about to see a funny.
Oh no.
You had just wandered off. Kelligar tied up the animals and proceeded to follow you almost immediately.
Oh no.
Well, he wouldn't have if you rolled below a 75. The things were either he would have tied them up and left after he heard the gunshot, he would have tied them up and prepared to leave for a few minutes after, or tied them up, waited for you guys to disappear into the trees, and then started following.
Mhm.
Which is that one.
So it's his turn now then, I'm assuming?
Yeah, he's about to crack something. As you see the familiar large shape raging, running towards this one.
I feel like all Leo does is he sees that out of the corner of his eye and just kind of does the bye-bye motion with a grin.
And guess what? Fuck it. This is going to be hilarious. Raging and reckless. Well, that's a number equal to a number, which is just its AC. So, that is 9. What is rage damage for you? 2. So 11 points of slashy to it. As you see, it takes a nice chunk of health. You cannot attack twice, though. So, he is there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's another.
Yeah,
Leo,
you
it's your
messed with
turn.
the wrong group.
Is Theo going to...
I was reading something, sorry. I was looking at
Okay.
his thing.
Ed? Going to hurt someone, isn't he?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna bite him.
Oh. Okay. Rolled in it.
Cause Nick.
I guess I...
Snicky snack. So 17.
That hits.
Awesome. That's 6 piercing.
Okay.
10 poison.
Okay. Do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a con save.
God damn it. That's not a good number on the die. Does
Okay,
a 5 succeed?
No.
I
You
was
take
hopeful.
10 necrotic.
Ow.
As the blood would bite, you would feel an immediate rush of blood. And it tastes disgusting. Like there's no copper taste of normal blood. It's best way to put it is a week-old dead animal.
She just shoves the dude back. Like, oh God! Don't do that.
Well, good news. You took a nice chunk out of their health.
Just like spits out.
At the risk of
nasty.
finding out that they taste disgusting.
Taking 10 necrotic in the process too. Like
Yeah.
Jesus.
Up next is Danika.
Hey, cool.
Unless Leo has any bonus actions he would like
Right.
to smack him with.
If I don't know if he can get through to Danika because he kind of wants to leave that one alive enough to be able to try to get some answers.
Fair.
She
Yeah, he might just
Understandable.
have to stop her from actually killing him when he sees him go down. That's basically the goal.
Also fair.
I have a way to keep him alive.
Danika smash.
well, she no smash. She slash.
You know what?
But this is going to be a two-handed reckless attack because
Okay.
that's my chance to hit shit apparently.
Swing.
Fuck me, that's not 11.
No. No.
Still angry.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay. New friend. Hello there. First attack is going to you, Leo.
Okay,
17 to hit.
that hits.
That is going to be
My sword covering from the nasty.
Five-
the sudden
5
damage.
points of slashing.
Okay.
Second attack goes to Kelligar. A 16 to hit, which is Kelligar's AC. He will only take 3 damage because he is raging. Oh, yeah. That's its turn because it doesn't have bonus actions. Seraphina, would you care to do
Okay.
something about these things?
Yeah.
And what is that?
She is going to
Look at her crap.
Middle combat. Hold on. Opens up book.
basically the
We got this.
Had a
Yeah, we got this.
plan.
Yeah.
I gotta
That's
make
next Tuesday.
sure- I'm just double checking. That's a third. Okay, so I don't have access to that. Okay. Okay. Let's just go
Whatever's
make
on your
sure I know.
sheet is what she has access to. Like,
I know, but you know, sometimes I forget to put things down in places I can actually read it. Okay.
You know how to read?
I know how to read.
you know how to
Oh,
read
Problem is, I just
like an ABC
can't.
book, Kel. Like,
Listen.
Okay. We go for this? Do we go for this?
Do you?
She's gonna take like another 5 feet step back.
Oh no.
oh no.
And she's going to use Tides of Chaos to get advantage on this because I do not trust my die. And we're going to cast Chaos Bolt
Oh no.
at the one in front of Danika.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
that is a sorcerer spell, which
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
It's
Okay.
2d8 and a d6. One of the d8s is stuff and things. Uh, 12 points of fire damage.
Okay. Neither of them look very good.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
neither of them look very good right now.
I'm going to ask the question, are you pocketing my explosion for later?
You know what?
Because I have to
Okay.
be sure that you remember that that is a thing, because I cast it at a level 1, and I used Tides of...
1 second. Let me pull up this table here real quick. Because I need to see what happens when you roll on D100. Which, by the way, you're only a D100.
That's gonna be a 31.
Let's see what you do. It's a 31. Oh. Seraphina vanishes.
Again?
Did I turn myself invisible again?
No.
What
Seraphina.
happened? Oh god.
What happened?
Seraphina, you no longer see these snow forests, like the snowy forest in front of you.
I do.
Instead,
Great.
you are now floating adrift in a purplish black sky-like void. As you have transported yourself to the astral plane until the end of your next turn. After which time you return to the space you previously occupied or the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied.
Good job. Oh, she's safe this round.
By the
Time
way,
to
I'm
roll.
done.
Time to roll for Astral Dreadnought?
Oh gods, please no.
Or you think you pirate ship?
She has to hold her breath as it is.
Yeah.
Until the end of my next turn, so I don't get my turn next turn. I just kind of reappear.
You can hold actions. I mean, what?
Yeah.
Oh, you right. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that. I don't remember holding actions very well.
It's,
Oh.
you know, same though.
Wait,
What?
we've been playing the Astral Plane wrong.
Oh.
Let's see. Okay, where did it go? I just saw. Okay. The astral plane is not inherently hostile to living creatures. You won't burn, freeze, or suffocate just from being there.
Hmm.
Oh.
So you're
So you're
quite
just floating
literally-
adrift in nothing.
Yeah, you're just in a void, basically.
Yeah, you are. Oh, welcome to the void.
Cool.
The primordial soup is surprisingly dry.
Whose turn is it?
It is now, after Seraphina's, it is now Blood Cultist number 1 in front of Danika,
Hey, buddy, pal.
who has advantage against her.
Yep.
Again.
Yep.
She didn't learn from the first time.
It's my only chance to hit. Sue me.
I can feel that.
Hitting.
On a crit. He critted me again, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Fuck.
Lowest was a 5, highest was a natural 20.
See? My karma's come in. I've abused the
Well,
demon's
but
kindness and I'm
Bryce-
suffering for it.
On the bright side, we're still technically raging.
Yeah, what was that, an automatic 15 last time?
Yeah, that she has
Yeah.
what?
No. Auto.
Yeah, she didn't have that much
Yeah.
health left.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're just down.
I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
And I've lost my rage.
You're unconscious.
Shit, look
Has a
behind
second
him.
attack.
Noise sparkles.
Shit.
Her footprints are still in the snow, but she has vanished.
Yeah, I know. He
Has a
looks
second
one's
attack.
down, the
Shit.
second one is yeah, does he keep attacking her to kill her though?
No, because he wants to bring them back to the people alive.
That's true.
Blood sacrifice must happen in the village.
Oh, good.
I don't like
And
it.
one's missing. Oh, well. Fuck.
He's going to throw. Yeah, he'll throw a dagger at you, yeah.
Good.
That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. As he lets go of this dagger, you see a string of blood going along with it.
Oh, good.
So it was that. This. That is 7 points of dagger damage,
Okay.
4 points of necrotic,
Okay.
and the blood immediately pulls it back.
Yeah, he does not look good after that.
Well, here's the bad news for it.
Yeah.
It's Kel's turn. So
He is in single
fuck it.
digits, if that gives you an
He
idea
is-
of how it looks right
he
now.
is attacking here, attacking this guy. That's a 24 to hit the one in front of him. It just kind of into the snow. Then here's the best part about Berserker Barbarians. Since he's raging, frenzied attack,
Ooh.
and he swings again. That's an 18 to hit, which hits. And this one goes down, as it only had 5 hit points left.
Alright, Cal. We need to keep him alive. We need to figure them out.
He's just going to step on his arm holding the dagger.
Good. Good boy. Ow. If you're fucking invisible, hurry up and reappear. Doesn't know if she's actually there or not.
This was beautiful. I'm sorry, when you said 31, I'm like, scroll. I saw astral plane.
He's gonna medicine check and try to stabilize her.
Okay, roll me a medicine check.
Okay, let's see. Medicine. Haha, I rolled the minimum, which is 10.
Hey, that's what you need.
That's all you need to do is stabilize.
Yep. You are stable. You're no longer bleeding out.
Sweet.
Does he have the kit for that? I don't think he does. Let me
Did
see.
you just honk shoe?
Hmm?
I heard drag do a honk shoe. A snory sound. I heard it. I think.
Yep. Yeah, it's fine. I am unconscious.
Whereas blood thing here is just leaking.
Alright. He'll let Seraphina deal with the other one. Stabilizing the other one.
Make a roll.
Am I back?
I assume it's at the end of her turn, right?
End
Yeah.
of her next turn.
Yeah. Well, we're not in combat anymore, so when does she reappear?
Now.
We're not?
Yeah, now you just
Oh! Runs over.
Yeah, can you stabilize that one? She's fine.
Yeah. She's going to spare the dying.
probably a good thing. You know why?
Mm,
I preemptively rolled a death saving throw.
There. He's gonna pull out
It was a natural 1.
rope.
Oh dear.
He's gonna pull out a rope and tie up this dude.
Okay.
Real quick.
He's stable, and you tie him up.
Alright. We need to get these two and get out of here because Kel heard the gunshot. I'm pretty sure other people might have heard the gunshot.
I was following you.
Oh, still.
Also, probably, like, behind her, there was the pouch where she was putting all the animal carcasses so far.
Fair. But he
Yeah.
can grab that.
Yeah.
Actually, he'll probably
Bag
have
with a
Kel.
few rabbits.
He'll probably have Kel carry the cultist and the bag, and he'll carry her because he's actually
The
not
proper
that
question.
weak.
The proper question. Did Leo hog tie them?
No.
Okay, he doesn't carry them by the rope with them just dangling.
Did make sure the hands were tied behind the back though.
Perfect. He grabs them by the hands and lifts them.
Don't break his arms,
Ooh.
Kel. Not yet.
Why? He attacked you.
We need. Look, we need something to like hurt him if we need to interrogate him. Okay, we need to have that ability to hurt him more.
Okay. He just starts walking back towards camp,
Yeah.
carrying man by arm.
Man by arm and bag of animal.
Yep.
It's just gonna carry Danika back to the camp. Because, ow.
Get back, and all the yaks and everything are dead. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh god.
You want to see Kelligar rage? That's how Kelligar rage.
He's gonna lay her down where it's comfortable and warm, and he is going to sit against one of the rocks because, yeah, he is not doing too well himself right now.
He is going to pet Furry while watching the dude.
There. He's gotta just wait for the dude to wake up, to be fair. Alright. That was fun.
It was certainly something.
Oh, it certainly was.
Oh, it's already awake.
Oh, I've been awake.
That's creepy.
Even when you're dead, the blood runs for a little bit.
Alright. Come here, buddy. He's gonna walk over.
He's just laying there with his eyes closed, by the way.
kind of kick him.
Oh, ow. Be gentle. Where are we?
Well, that's really
Ow.
none of your business right now. For now, I would like you to answer some questions, since you apparently aren't as talkative when it's not your ritual time, right?
Oh no. You've brought me to the clearing. Oh no. Oh dear. So what would you like to know?
No. First, you're gonna answer why that's a no-no.
Well, you see, if you want information, you might want to let me answer. Oh, we're all dead. Otherwise, I can answer. You let me go, I leave, and you be on your merry way. but me being here is not a good thing. I'll leave it at that for now. You can even ask me about it as one of your last questions.
Alright. Oh, what exactly are these sacrifices for, anyways?
Oh, it's to appease the blood beast. It leaves our village alone, except those we throw over the wall.
Uh,
That we've already begun the bleeding process.
Blood Beast.
Blood beast, yes.
What is
Which,
blood
to be fair, also answers your future question of it can sense our kind, and it will sense me here.
Fine. Where do I need to drag you to keep interrogating you?
Well, you see, that's the problem. Here is safe for you all. The forest, however, after dark, is not safe for anyone, except for us. So the problem here is, you step foot in the forest to interrogate me, you die. I stay out here, we all die.
Why not just deal with this beast instead of killing people?
This is a servant of our god.
And who's your god?
We know not its name.
Oh, that's nice. One moment. And in his head, hey, you know, I have a weird favor to ask.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You wouldn't happen to know who these people supposedly serve, would you?
Okay, one more time.
You wouldn't happen to know who these people supposedly serve, would you? He's asking his little guardian angels, what we'll call her.
Uh-huh.
Oh. You're dealing with... No, I'm
He's
not
saying it in
going
his
to
head.
state that. Yeah, I'm going to go this way. Here we go. Give me a moment. I need to move this over here so I can read it as I type.
Oh no.
Okay. Sure. That's not how you spell that.
Uh-huh.
That's not how you spell that either.
This sounds fine.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm waiting for it.
Mhm. Sure. Totally.
Don't worry. I'm sure it's fun that he's asking somebody who seems to know what's going on.
Uh-huh.
See, I love that he just one moment and then looked like he was just kind of lost in thought for a second. And then you just see this, like, really grim look on his face. Fuck. Right.
Sarah.
He's not even gonna say anything and just kneel down and cut the ropes. Or untie him, I mean.
He does a quick bow. Much obliged. Goodbye. Stay safe. Don't come any farther up the mountain. We won't be seeing each other again. And just bolts.
What in the actual...
Well, it was either let him go, or in probably less than a minute we were about to have something come running up on us.
Are we safe?
We're safe now that he's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hear heavy thuds from up the mountain slightly. Like heavy thuds.
Mm-hmm.
And if you glance up, you see like the outline of this huge shape. It is almost that of a lion. It looks like it tilts its head up to sniff the air, and then takes off back up the mountain.
Hmm. Yeah, that thing.
That's,
Hmm. I'm gonna sit back down if you don't mind. Yeah.
yeah.
How did hunting go?
From that bag, it looks like it went okay for her.
Danika, wake up!
You might need to rest there, Cal.
He's going to pick up some snow and throw it at her face. Wake up!
Wait, I'm still
She
very
will.
unconscious.
Yeah.
You are stable,
Listen.
so.
Yeah, but healing doesn't happen till a long rest, does it?
Stabilized creatures, I think, wake up after, like, what, an hour?
At least a short rest, yeah.
Yeah.
They just wake up with
Like
a
1
little bit of
HP.
health.
Yeah.
So you still got a little bit before you wake up. You're not reacting to any snowballs to your face.
He's gonna kind of scooch over and wipe the snow off of her. Cal, let's let her rest.
Okay, but if she doesn't, I'll have Furry Cow lick her face.
Tell you what, you can do that in a little bit and see if she wakes up.
He pets Furry Cow. We'll do good. Good boy. This is fine.
Yeah. Seraphina's just gonna sit down as well and take out her notebook and start writing notes on the recent thing that she discovered happens with her magic.
I'm just gonna.
I found the void.
I need a damn drink.
Probably not wise while we're camping, you know?
Well, he said that we won't see each other again. I think he hated the fact that he lost the fight. Plus, if we avoid the forest at night, like you said, we should be fine.
Well, there's still other things that could come after us, and just because he said he won't.
Almost as if on cue.
I'm in pain. Leave me alone.
Far to the east. Far off, like these things probably won't even approach the camp by the time morning rises. You hear the slight howl of wolves.
Careful, you're the best target for them.
I know. Hence my nervousness.
Goats are mine.
Sleep near Kel, you'll be fine. They're not gonna attack the big one. Think of it like when mom protects the baby.
You're the mama, furry cow.
Yes, the furry cow is definitely the mama of that situation.
Listen. He will start.
He is not going to take her
hunkering-
advice, and he is going to do.
He's going to hunker down and lay his head against the furry cow. The furry cow who is still kind of laying down, unbothered.
Cuddles right up there.
Whiskey.
Whisk.
Oh dear.
A little bit passes. You know what? Actually,
Just gonna roll con save if a little bit passes.
well, no. Actually, before that,
Hmm.
with the other two kind of hunkering down and just attempting to rest slightly.
He's probably also treating his wounds a little bit while he's drinking. Just to stop the bleeding. It's fine.
Well, yeah. As you're sitting there at the fire, a figure begins to form in it.
We all see this?
Now, Danika's unconscious, and I believe Seraphina was cuddling up to Furry Cow and attempting to do something. I don't know. I don't know what she's doing.
She had already written stuff down in her notebook. It was just getting in the safe spot as, you know, night was approaching.
Well, even then, Leo would see this anyway.
Mm.
This may lead to interesting things. We'll see.
Oh dear.
You see a familiar shape form in the fire.
Stare at it.
That could have went much more poorly.
The question is, does he speak out loud without even thinking already? He hasn't drank enough, but at the same time, what do you think that he could just think it to her? Odds or evens?
Spire your
God.
call.
Odds?
Alright, he says this out loud then, but he's just kind of like talking to himself kind of manner. It could have went bad, but it didn't.
Yeah. That god of theirs, isn't a dangerous one on its own, but with its servants, it can definitely be much worse.
Not much worse.
Well, be thankful the cult stays at the top of the mountain. There's not much room for some of the other servants to spawn.
Sounds like an annoying one.
I would say so.
No, it was a shot in the dark to see if you knew anything about him.
Oh, I keep a track on some of the obscure ones. Some of them become an annoyance for all of us. Always seem to try and make their way into humanity. Try and rise up. Take what never will be theirs.
Sounds like a futile endeavor.
It is, which is why we allow them their few little toys. Keeps them occupied.
What's that no one's reacting to him just talking to himself and
I didn't want to like interrupt the
That's
things
true, he's
going
just
on
kinda
here.
like staring at the fire, just talking to himself. But it sounds like he's out of a conversation.
Yeah, because like, here's the thing. At first, it does just sound like he's talking to himself. At some point, Seraphina is going to just furrow her brow, but player did not want to like
That's fair.
have her say anything
Well-
yet because things were being said, and I was like, I'm not gonna interrupt yet.
You got so
Well,
quiet,
do you want
by
to say
the
anything?
way.
I'm standing. I apologize.
Oh, you guys
But,
allow them their toys.
They're believers, if you will.
I guess they wouldn't necessarily have any power if they didn't have a follower.
Keeps things entertaining.
Yeah, he was fun to play with. But seems harmless enough as long as we stay out of their area.
Indeed. Does Seraphina say anything?
yeah. Hey, Viper.
Hmm?
Who are you talking to?
Just gonna kind of look back at the fire.
You don't see anything?
You call her my guardian angel.
Your guardian angel?
Yeah, she saved my life.
Oh?
Long story.
We have time.
Yes, we do.
You don't want to talk about it, do you?
Not particularly.
Alright.
Not a memory I'm very fond of.
Understandable if your life was saved.
She was the one who warned me about that thing that we saw.
Oh.
Time passes and Danika begin to stir.
Well, good evening, sleepyhead.
Oh, good, you are alright.
Drag is muted.
He's not.
Fuck. Hi.
There you go.
I thought I heard the unboop. Wait a minute. What are you people?
Yes.
I'm assuming she's seeing it's nighttime now.
Yes.
She's just gonna blink, like, look at the group, and then just roll over and try to fall the fuck back to sleep.
Fair
That's-
response, to be honest.
That's understandable.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you. Nice.
What is your passive perception, Leo?
Not very high.
It's probably high enough to see Kelligar begin to start packing a snowball.
13. What is he doing?
Yeah, packing a snowball.
He's gonna do that little side glance over to Cal. Does he stop her? No, because she didn't say thanks. He's not gonna stop Cal from throwing it.
Oh no.
He's just going to casually watch this from the corner of his eye and sip his booze.
What is Seraphina's passive?
My passive is, I think, 11.
She did not do well on a con save, so he's already pretty buzzed.
Yeah, 11 passive perception.
Oh, so well, that's disappointing. Your passive perception is lower than Kel's.
She's not very wise. That is not a thing she needed.
To be fair, I think Kel might have possibly the highest. That's terrifying. Yeah, let's see. Can he hit? Can he hit? Let's see.
It's a ranged attack while she's on the ground, technically.
13 does not hit.
It just lands near her.
A thing of snow, like, lands near you, Danika.
I'm sure you'll make it eventually.
I already hit you twice.
Kel. She's very tired.
he'll take one of the blankets and gets up and puts the blanket over top of the person.
Oh.
Tired person, go to bed. Get rest.
She attempts to nap. So
Now furry cow becomes pillow.
Fuzzy pillow. Yeah. She would kind of be facing this way. Oh yeah, that's all Danik's doing.
Fair, unless he's addressed again, he's just going to sip on his whiskey until he passes out.
Okay. So,
Did she give that vial back to him, by the way?
Yes.
Thank you. So expensive. That's it.
I know. That's why I gave it back.
you all
It's the only reason she gave it back is because she knows how expensive they are. Otherwise, she would have kept it herself.
hunker down for your evening's rest. You get a long rest.
Yay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Allegedly.
He's no longer at 7 HP.
And your max HP goes back to normal. By the way,
Yay.
Danika.
Yay.
You're no longer down 10. Imagine Edmund's constantly went down 20.
Yeah, that would have been pain.
Now I think you guys might see how they quickly debilitate who they're taking out.
Well, I mean, we didn't inside the dude. He claims that he won't bother us again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's fine. But yeah,
Leo does not have a lot of health. He's not hard to take down if tried.
the next morning you all awaken, and although you had set up to where there was like a little bit of a roof, so no snow got on you. You do wake up to about an extra 6 feet, no, not 6 feet, 6 inches of snow around your campsite.
Except for the middle where our fire is.
Yeah. Well, more, yeah.
It's a little
You
bit
see
melted in there.
6-inch lip around the campsite and the fire.
Mm. Right.
We collect more furry cows today, right?
No, we're not collecting them. They're not gonna bother them as long as they stay in this clearing.
Okay.
So, what now?
Hey, do you got any weird plans?
Heh. You know my plans at the moment.
That is true.
I'm just existing.
Right.
Not really.
Well, the offer still stands. Follow us home for a bit. Maybe with you two, Granny will leave us alone.
Would it really be alright?
It's very hospitable.
Granny likes people. Question.
What do you...
Does Seraphina check that letter?
It's a daily thing she does.
Yeah, probably.
It's still not open.
Ay. It's probably a checks it first thing in the morning and then before she goes to bed and then that kind of thing.
Are you open yet? No. Nighttime. Are you open yet?
Yeah.
No.
We will
Yeah.
turn this sending around, Missy. Wait,
She
fuck.
basically, like, as soon as she's fully, like, aware of her surroundings, she's, like, put her glasses on, digging through her bag, looks at the letter, it's not open, puts it back.
And she's going to start shoving it back aggressively in her bag, like, okay, come on now.
Well, I get the feeling I'm gonna be busy giving horseback rides for a while when we get back too.
I'm sure the kids will love that.
Yeah, that's just how I want to spend my day.
I'm sure they're not that bad.
You see Kelligar give you a look of...
Leo stares because I feel like there's a lot of them, and I think that's what Leo meant, is that he's got to do this in a rotation.
Well, Kelligar kind of gives her a look of... I have to carry some of them. Because big.
Well, now you got Furry Cow to help you carry some of them.
You heard that, Furry Cow? You help me carry kids.
I would carry them, except half the time they tackle me to the ground.
They can't tackle us, Furry Cow.
I can't tackle you either, you're too big.
Yes.
Although she might. This one might keep the boys off of us. And she points to Danika.
She'll.
Might actually scare them.
She does a stare.
Exactly. That was the point I was making. I wasn't saying that she was like, they might go over because she's pretty, but then like run away when she stares at them. Like,
Danika stares.
and some of them are about as
Danika
big as you
stares.
are.
Yeah. So, that does pose the, do you want to come with, Danika?
I have literally nothing better to do.
Wonderful.
Sure.
Alright.
Ow, my lungs. Ow, where'd the fuck that come from? Ooh,
Oh no.
ow.
Don't
I'm
do
sorry.
that.
It's fine.
Oh.
My body acts
Sorry.
in accordance with the laws of bullshit.
Sorry, brain thought about something. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, good.
Okay, well, thank you.
Unless it is.
Come on. We should probably start packing up and then head out then.
Right.
All right.
Thanks for all the extra food, by the way. That'll make the traveling easier. Which we will talk about what he actually probably puts in the bag to keep preserved.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was that terror?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Take
Yeah.
a compliment.
She packs up her stuff.
Note to self, Danika does not like people.
I will get you to smile one of these days.
You see Kelligar peeking around a rock up towards some yak.
I promise they'll be alright, Cal.
Sorry, brain just started thinking he's probably like has a majority of rope in his hand, just like peeking around, looking at them.
We're not taking that many back with us. Granny would not appreciate it.
There's only 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only this many.
Look, I know we send her funds, but I don't think she can afford to take care of animals and children.
Okay.
She wouldn't even let us have a pet, remember?
I
feel like they've attempted.
probably multiple times.
Difference
Random
is
ducks.
ducks, like a fox or a wolf.
I brought in a wolf
a
pup
baby,
and Granny was
yeah.
like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Go put it back before the family comes, now!
The thing back where you found it or so healthy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, pack it up and you are ceremoniously placed back on top of Furry Cow, Seraphina.
Does Danika want to ride in the front or the back?
She will ride in prime strangling position should she feel that necessary.
So the
Nice.
back,
The
okay.
back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, unless something happens, they're probably actually gonna head straight that way, then.
okay. This is fine. This is
I know
perfectly adequately fine.
Yeah.
Aw.
I mean, he'll probably have idle conversations unless asked specific questions.
Mhm.
This is gonna be fucking funny when if they do get back and... Okay, the player does not know how many children are actually there.
A number.
All I know is I've established a little bit of how they act with these two. And that there's a couple of them that Leo does not get along with that are older than him.
You know?
There's a reason for that. We're not going to talk about why. It may have involved a death threat. We're not going to talk about that.
Oh
It
dear.
may have involved an ass whooping.
And a broken rib, and yeah.
Yeah.
Does not sound good, no.
Listen, somebody stuck up for someone.
It's only like, what, 3 or 4 of them?
I mean, we can fix that. I mean, what?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Could totally fix that. Anyway.
Heading that way. We're heading that way.
Yeah, you're heading that way.
How far are we from there? Because I don't know locations yet.
Let's see. Let me pull up a thing.
Like, I know you said that we were going to do, like, a little bit of travel time skip.
Yeah. Make it easier. Let's see. Open up that. Open up this.
I do that too, just because it is very tedious to go through a long walk plus camping night times.
Alright, let's see. So you'd probably be in this area. You're traveling about southeast.
Southeast.
You're traveling in a southeastward direction for about, give or take, 20 miles.
Convert that to days, please.
Well,
20
converting that to
miles
days.
walking, because Kel's not riding the yak.
Yeah, he's not yakking.
the occasional stops, obviously, because he has to feed 2 very hungry people, apparently.
About 2 days.
2 days isn't too bad.
About 2 days. Maybe 2.5.
I'd probably say 2.5, just because they would have to stop also for the horse to rest and everything, and the yak.
Yeah.
That's the one thing
Yak,
about
yak, yak.
having mount animals, is that you have to stop a little bit more often so they can drink water and rest more.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom, but I want you guys to go ahead and have any little conversations that might happen in the.
In the couple days travel.
Yeah, so I'll be right back.
He's just constantly attempting to passive-aggressive flirt with Danika and trying to get her to smile.
I can tell you, day one's definitely gonna be a lot. Well, day 1.5 is gonna. You will practically feel the "don't talk to me" energy.
Oh god, he like tries every like 10 minutes and just gets that immediate like anger aura.
Their eyes have become shaded. The background's changed. It's all dark purple. No, there is very little people energy with this lady for the time being.
Yeah, okay. Small one. He might ask you a little bit about your siblings.
Okay.
Then in between those attempts.
She will happily chat about her siblings.
The only thing he'll say is, when they get there, do not go deeper into the forest, too. There's a path that no one's supposed to take.
Why is no one supposed to take it?
Because the only one that goes there is me.
I really want to ask why.
And you won't know that answer.
I had a feeling.
Just stay away from there.
Alright.
He's gonna give you that look of, he's gonna incite to see if she actually was listening to him. He's not necessarily worried about Danika being curious. He's worried about her being curious. That's terrible insight. That's only a 10.
I mean, she's not lying that she isn't going to go there if he doesn't want her to. She's obviously curious. Obviously, like, wanting to know
Technically, there
things,
might be people who know the reason.
but
Kel does not.
mhm.
Kel's technically the one who guards the path when he goes there.
You know,
But there's a few people that they might be able to ask. There's only certain people, though.
you know. But yeah, she just seems curious, but is listening and is understanding that the going there is not the thing. So unless something,
For whatever reason,
Wasn't
he's the only one who goes. That's all you know.
yeah, yeah. If for some reason something when they get there piques her interest, the player can't promise anything, but
So what gets her shot? Anyways, yeah, he's just gonna leave it at that then.
Yeah, she'll, when talking about her siblings, she'll actually name all of them off. The eldest is Zalric, he's about 26. Then
I will
after
tell
that
you this. You don't necessarily
Uh-huh.
have to give me the information now because I will forget it. But
That's fair.
later on, I'm sure at some point he's gonna meet her siblings.
Oh, yes.
He'll probably mention that she's talked about them and stuff to him or whatever and kind of figure out who's who.
Yeah, the one she seems to talk about the most is Bellfire, who is at least a year younger than her.
Aww. Close with that one.
A little bit. Thick as thieves. Well, when you're stuck in between the eldest children and then a set of twins, you kind of find your own section.
True.
Stuck in the middle.
Kel. Kel is only 2 years older than me, so that's probably why we get along. Yes, Leo is the younger one.
Surprise me.
No. He sure does act like it sometimes.
Yeah, you know.
Hmm.
Back and you haven't killed each other yet. I'm disappointed.
No, we were talking about she was basically telling him about siblings, and then he said, "Do not go into the forest." Because don't worry about that.
Fine,
So
then if we
no,
both
she's
high enough, it's
respecting
fine.
that. Yeah.
Danika. Like I said, he wasn't worried about Danika being the curious one because he hasn't seen her do that yet. He's more worried about the one that he has seen get herself in trouble by being overly curious.
It's fine.
Fine, Danika just has to get past Kel. So there are other
And
ways
have a
in.
reason.
Yeah, there is technically other ways in. It's just the path is what gets blocked. The easy way in is what gets blocked.
Stumbles upon whatever by setting traps and shit for like food.
Traps and shit.
On his way back, finds a snare in the middle of the path.
But yeah, that's probably tells her about probably tells them a little bit about the village, like what type of people are there, what type of shops they've got, since it is a trading village, technically.
Near my beginning, there was a fuck ton of orphans.
Well,
Yeah, I think it's a lot of these. Okay. I feel like this is how this orphanage works, Jay. Is it's not necessarily like always kids from town or something. It's not necessarily like that situation. It's more of the people traveling through that know of the place, know that this lady is there. Because it's not really an orphanage, it's a house.
Yeah.
So they know that she's there, and if they happen to stumble upon lost children and things like that, they bring them to her. That's more of that's why it's such a mismatch of a community. Because you end up with all kinds of different races that could end up there. So yeah, it's not classified as an orphanage, but people who have been there or know the people there know it's there. It's like a safe haven for kids.
Mm.
They've never considered it an orphanage, at least. They've always called it
Yeah.
like a second home.
Yeah, it's his house.
Yeah, it's just house. It's just home.
It's house.
Our house in the middle of our.
Very crowded house. That probably required many sharing rooms and beds.
Oh yeah.
It's wherever you can fit.
Yeah.
But you guys will discover that very quickly, that it is not a big place. It is just enough to fit
Oh,
and
no.
accommodate.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't know how many are there, because I'm sure some do get adopted over time.
Oh yeah.
Or if, like, their family is found or things like that. Like, it's probably a little mixture of everything. That's all information you'll have to get from Granny. Or if you press him for more answers.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll probably mention, you know, well, avoid this little itty-bitty group of people just because they're fucking annoying and will harass you a little bit, which is probably the group of older boys
Yeah.
that he beat up once. There's no animosity between them.
It'll be fine.
I'm sure they don't hate him either.
Yeah, sure not. Sure, I'm sure they don't.
Hey man, we're sorry about that shit we did, oi.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I don't think they ever apologized for it.
We're sorry.
I think they were
we're
too
sorry.
scared.
We're sorry about hitting Ye.
Okay, in all fairness, Leo threw the first punch.
You know, you're not wrong.
After they were throwing rocks at Kel.
Yeah.
And this is how they became friends.
Yeah. Kel might have been the one that broke some ribs on some people.
Well, I mean, when he felt like he was a little outnumbered, to be fair. He was smaller at the time.
Yeah, he wasn't a big.
He was only 8.
He was still big, but he was still big, but not as big.
Leo, I'm talking about Leo. Be like,
Oh yeah, Leo wasn't as big, but
He was only 8. He was small.
yeah, he's small.
He's like Seraphina size.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys continue on. And on.
Huh.
And on.
Only having mostly don't talk to me energy at this point.
Mm.
There you go, there you go. You come to rest overnight.
Mm. What time would we actually get there? When we
You'd probably get there about midday on the third day.
Mm.
So that's why it'd be 2.5. You get there about midday on the third day.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to camp twice. Because it is a town that people do travel through a lot, as far as going from place to place.
Mm-hmm.
The road, the like trails and paths are treated as trade routes. So you do see like the occasional like guard caravan going
Yeah.
down the path.
Yeah. Which I'm sure they've traveled back here enough that they're recognized
Yeah.
as some of the locals, technically.
A eyebrow is cocked at the yak and to the horse because it is a strange looking horse.
Just tips his hat. Passes by.
You just see one of them shake their head and kind of grins and just keep writing. He's like, oh god, these assholes.
Oh my god.
Well, asshole, you know what I mean by asshole. Like, oh, these guys.
Yeah. The recognition.
Yeah, oh god, it's them. But yeah, you guys continue, and like I said, midday of the third day, you guys do arrive, and it is a smaller village. It like two main shops. There's a general goods shop where most people buy their food and their supplies and stuff. And there's another one to be as far as like a tailor, like your clothes and things like that. There's not much need for more shops than that here. Oh, because again, general goods store sells a little bit of everything, minus clothes. But see a couple houses spread throughout, and eventually, you all do come to the front. You don't see the house first. You hear the house first. As you hear the echoing screams of playing children. And then you see the house.
As soon as they get close enough, he's gonna like whistle. You know, that loud like 2-finger whistle. Like the we're home signal.
All of a sudden, silence.
Brace yourselves.
And as Leo and Kel know, the silence is because they are waiting to jump them.
Yep, he's gonna get off the horse.
Eligar kind of looks at you, Seraphina. Stay on, furry cow.
And he's gonna take a second, and then he'll walk up to the door. And open the door.
You open the door. Make me a strength saving throw.
Fuck!
I almost said Dex. I was like, no, this is a lot of kids at one time tackling. There is no dexterity saving.
He did warn them that he tends to get dogpiled.
Yep.
I half expect some of the kids from learned from the Sokka School of Subtlety and scream sneak attack.
11.
No.
He braced himself. He still fell down.
About 5 or 6 kids just boom, just bum rush you out the door.
Ow!
And then he moves.
Fuck.
And now the rest of you are seeing. As a bunch of them try and bum rush Cal. And you just see pushing of legs. Yeah, you've been tackled, now they're pushing Kel's legs and attempting to push him over, but he's not budging.
Let me up.
They will eventually let you up.
Oh, ow. Okay, thank you. I need to get better at dodging that. I think the part of him, the only reason he doesn't is because they would immediately fall and probably hurt themselves.
Or you can let me know when you're coming home. And I can have them shut somewhere else, so at least you come in first.
Oh, come on. You like the surprise.
Oh, I do.
Like
As you get up, she pulls you into a hug. As the other two, because Kel obviously knows who Granny is. The other two see an elderly lady comes out of the house and gives Leo a hug.
Oh, brought some friends with us.
Oh, I see.
Hello.
Okay, you didn't bring another kid to stay here, did you?
No,
I'm not a child.
she's a halfling. She's older than she looks.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was going to
Ours
say, I don't know.
crossed in slight pout.
My apologies, dear. I just don't think I can handle another one.
Understandable, but I am not a child.
You should look in a mirror sometime.
I call her Small Bean. That one over there is silent and moody is Danika.
No?
She gotten off the horse yet, or is she still just hiding up on the horse?
The horse's safety.
The horse's safety.
I respect this.
No, she just kind of stares. A little bit of a nod.
Doesn't talk much.
No, she doesn't.
Oh. Hello, Cal. What have you been feeding him? He looks much bigger than last time.
Probably enough food to feed about half of this house in a day.
Okay, yeah, understandable, yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, I understand the horse. Why have you brought a yak?
Granny, he wanted a cow, so I got him a furry cow. Just
As Kelgar is now giving the thing, like, hugging its neck.
just go along with it.
Like, doing, like, the puppy dog eyes thing, like, let me keep it.
Yeah, he just whispers, go along with it. Just let it happen.
Okay, the furry cow can stay, Kel. Hey! Yay!
Mhm.
He just pets the cow. Granny said you can stay. Come in, come in. You can tie them up just out front here. Nobody would go anywhere with them.
Reluctantly hops off the horse.
Go and take the horse and tie it to like a tree or something.
Carefully getting off the yak.
You are helped off the yak.
It's very high up.
Not as high up as the horse. It's just high for you.
Yeah.
Elgar ties the yak to another tree.
No, she's 3 feet tall. What do you want from her?
He's gonna look at the kids. Please leave the animals alone for now. We'll give you rides later.
You see a few of them nod. Others are just kind of looking at them.
He's gonna glare at him. Don't touch the animals.
The rest of them nod. Alright, come in. You're just in time for a midday snack?
Ooh, that sounds lovely.
I bet it does.
Thanks, Granny. Yeah, he'll go in.
You all go inside.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're indoors now.
Indoors.
I'm
Oh.
gonna go sit. Probably have like one or two of the kids that come over and sit in his lap.
Mhm. You make your way over, you sit down. And well,
Hmm.
tell me about your trip. Tell me what you've done. And we will open up next time with you telling Granny what you have done.
Oh. Sad.
Fine.
It's fine. I get to properly plan something now because I had an idea mid-session, and this might go well, might not go well.
Jeez.
I'm sure it's fine.
I gotta wait another week.
Yes. Guys, we have two riff sessions next week.
We do. We're also ending an hour early, apparently, because Jay wanted to end it early.
We've been going
Feels like a
3.5
tough way to end it last
hours.
Eh.
I know, but I usually don't end Rift until like midnight is what I meant. Or so.
Man.
Well, congratulations, Snake Boy. You lived.
And I lived. I am also realizing that there might be a wrong impression given to Granny. It's fine.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, there might be. It's fine.
Well, the two boys came back with two girls, and one of them was riding on the yak with Kel, and the other one was riding on the horse behind Leo.
You know what the best part is?
Hmm.
She doesn't have to worry about the Kel one.
No. They don't
Sure,
bring
it's
back
fine.
guests. This is actually the first time they've ever brought back anybody with them, which makes it worse.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure
That's
it's fine.
fine.
Immediately introduce one of them, and this is the moody bitch.
Yeah, basically, he's like at the moody one over there. Is this one?
And
Yeah.
then Granny goes, "She's not very talkative."
Mm.
No, no, he's not.
No. The snake has exhausted her quota for at least the next 2 weeks.
Fair enough.
He's tried. Tried to get to
So
know
hard.
her.
But yes, thank you all for coming. Thank you for playing. Thank you for putting up with the bullshit.
We'll
Fun
decide
time.
whenever Jay wants to do his session, because I'll do my 2 either on the whatever days we don't do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'll have to see how I feel Sunday, though, as
Fair.
far as, like, because I am doing 2 more days of work, so,
Yes.
before I fully am gone. So, but we will have some more time, at least, to do other stuff.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Night, friend. Goodbye.